Whoosh, Highland Park, the most memorable part of the game. Today I'm joined by the friend from next year, its future friend.
Hi, fuck DJB, I hate him. What a douchebag.
Already making a better appearance. Fuck David for doing his capitalist ways and working today and being unable to record. The selfish man.
What the fuck?
Richard, you got coordinates on that factory yet?
I was only able to pinpoint an approximate area, Jensen. So scout around and look for anything unusual. I'll keep monitoring the frequency in case it suddenly goes active.
But yeah, so in the last video I didn't show you the conversation with Zeke Sanders, what he gives you. He gives you this. It's basically a bunch of access codes for Highland Park. So here we've got Alpha Team being accompanied by Blue Legs, whatever they are. And we'll find out what those are, but first we're going to talk to the gang.
Yo, what's good, man? You looking for some new toys? I can make you a good deal.
I could use some information.
I can tell you some shit for sure. What you want to know?
You guys seen anything suspicious going down around here?
Suspicious ain't the word, man. All types of caravans moving in and out of here. They're going all out.
Who is they?
Well, that's the problem. These motherfuckers ain't consistent for real. The feds were buying up all the land from the textile manufacturers until about a month ago. That's when some started going down in this bitch. Something real. What you call it before?
Suspicious.
Word, suspicious. Something real suspicious started happening. These spec ops moved into the factory and started running some sort of major operation. They picked off my brother for trying to set up shop in the area. Rest in peace, Big Rizzle.
Yeah, rip. These spec ops still around?
Yeah, no doubt. They got a patrol unit in the courtyard, and they got snipers on the roof and shit. Thing is, I saw some government vans lurking around, so it looks like they be moving the party somewhere else and making way for the feds once again.
Thanks.
All good. Anything else?
So, what's pretty good about these guys is that you can buy stuff from them.
Might be a good idea to stock up. What do you have?
Shit, son. We got some hot items right now. Check it out. What
One
you
thing
need?
I did always find kind of annoying is that ammo is finite in this. It can be kind of annoying, especially when you're doing a stealth run and you're
I'll
a
take a
fucking
grenade
idiot
back.
like me.
Good choice,
Yeah.
son. Anything else?
You lose all the ammo.
Yeah.
But here you
I
can
could use some more
buy
ammo.
some ammo off him. I actually don't need that much ammo because I fire like 3 shots in the entire game, usually. I'm that good. But right now I'm going to pick up the targeting mod for the tranquilizer rifle, which is something I'll demo when we
Good
pick
idea.
up the
Here you go,
rifle
son.
later on in
Anything
the game.
else?
Yeah, I'm kind of a big deal in the human revolution circles.
I am Revolution Master, they might say.
All
Not
good,
like
son.
David
Peace.
who rushes through the game
Now watch
killing
your back.
people.
They just call me Inhuman Revolution.
Oh snap! Your OG crew with the golden orgs, man. But hey, before we carry on with the mission, let's do some exploring through some crates. And hey, we have auto hack and some ammo behind here,
Let's
which of course we always want to grab.
dig through the trash. This milk is barely out of date.
This beef is raw. I'll take it. The adventure game character logic.
Yeah.
But hey, always look through all of the things as always, and you'll pick up extra credits and trinkets.
Your truck is gonna be so mad when you forget to pick up like fucking 1 ammo.
Damn it! I
of a
forgot
gun
this
you
one
don't
bullet.
use.
We've been compromised. Manderley was supposed to have that morgue locked down, but somebody got to the corpse before we did. We can still reconfigure. Track this Yahoo down.
It's too late for that. It's time to clean up.
But what about the Dutchman?
No loose ends, Barrett.
I'll make the call.
Malik, get out of sight, now.
Why? What's going on?
They're here. The mercs who killed Megan and her team.
Fuck.
I'm going in.
So yeah, those were the mercs who killed Megan's team, as the conversation just told you, and I just did too. And what they were talking about is the Dutchman, which I think is a reference to the novel Deus Ex, the Icarus Effect, which has been made into an iOS game of Deus Ex,
Actually,
which is set.
It's a reference to me. They know I was guessing in this video.
Yeah, speaking of Dutchman, finally there's someone in this LP I can Dutch rudder.
Yeah. I know shit all about Rembrandt and augmentations, all that Dutch shit.
Unlike that David fellow, Mr. DJB.
What the fuck's wrong with him?
What kind of a grown man calls him by DJB anyway? No one.
That's like the name you give your stupid dog nobody likes.
Yeah, and it's all wet and fluffy. Ugh. Take that, David. You smelly idiot. I'm so needlessly cruel. Yeah, with these guys around this area, it's really easy to sneak past them, but because I'm a psychopath, I like to sneak up and take them all out.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of a non-lethal run. Chokes a guy out.
He's just sleeping. So I slowed that down because in the edit I realised that Adam Jensen's head went inside out when he ducked down for like a brief frame or something.
What are you talking about? It's all a part of the social commentary in this game.
You see, the head going in on itself is a metaphor for our society collapsing in on itself when we leave the power to the corporations.
See, it's all anti-libertarian bullshit. Don't vote for poor kids.
Don't vote for anyone, there's no government left. But yeah, you can, instead of like in Metal Gear when you want to bang on a wall to distract an enemy, you can throw boxes instead.
Mm-hmm. That's in fact actually how I knocked out most of my enemies in Highland Park, by just throwing boxes at them.
They didn't like the cardboard. They really didn't. I mean, it was just so cardboard that they fell asleep.
Yes. It's just
awful pun.
lethal. Absolutely lethal. Your joke, I mean, I'm just leaving.
Yeah, my jokes have been known to kill people. But hey, yeah, someone's been jerking it in a coffin or something.
What?
That basic... I'm not joking, if you read it, that's what it says. So...
That's, yeah, that's also part of the social commentary in this. Man found jerking it in coffin. News at 11.
Tonight with Patterson. Now, if you hop up in this office, you actually get a laser targeting system to attach to a pistol, but we already brought one of those, so we don't need it and we can sell it off when we find a merchant. Sadly, with that gangster outside, we can't sell anything to him. We can only buy stuff.
So wait, wouldn't the laser targeting system kind of work against your favor if you're doing a stealth run?
Yeah, you'd think, like, sort of perspective, guards will notice the laser and will start heading towards you, or just realise it, but they don't. And suddenly you can't use the laser to blind people either.
Oh.
I'd love that feature in a game, if you could, like, annoy people with it and, like, stop it, or if they had guard dogs.
Well, don't
like
worry.
in games.
In the DLC, you have to outsmart cats.
God, I actually hope that's coming. I'm still not finished my playthrough of the first playthrough of the DLC. I need to learn it.
Wow, son, and I thought you were a pro LPer here.
Whoa, I'm just getting ahead of myself there. I mean, you may already be there, being from the future and all, but jeez, that gun's stuck in the ground, vertically. So yeah, once you've taken all the guys out, you can go through one of three ways. We're going to choose the way where you go to the highest level, and that's by going through the fence. We can hop over it, and we have the codes from Zeke. But hey, why not hack it?
Nah, let's just waste our time.
Let's grind, yeah. Get some more points. Augment ourselves more. Whoosh, open doors. So you get some nice views for a sniper rifle here, but hey, why snipe when you can crawl like a little rat or something, I don't know. A bad rat.
Well, to be honest, this game is great because every time, instead of using the sniper rifle like it's supposed to be, I just shot people, like, straight in front of them. I did a stealth run, by the way.
It's a stealth run where you jump out, shout boo, and they go into shock and fall asleep.
Yeah. I call it the ghost run.
Boo! The ghost of Michael Jackson. You're gonna moonwalk everywhere. Achievement unlocked. So there are actually cameras around this bit of the warehouse, and we need to get rid of them. Otherwise it will spot us and the alarms will go off. But hey, if we hack this terminal right at the back, you saw there was another exit, which is the foot exit, and that can get you straight in. And it's a level 3 hack, so you'll have to use an auto hack or be level 3 like I am now, and you'll be able to get in.
Yeah. Which could be kind of a problem since you don't really get a lot of points in this game.
Well, it depends. I managed to get a fair amount already. It's...
What?
Yeah, I'm that good of a sneaking thing. It's like, in the hub areas, if you grind, then you'll manage to get the points you need to carry on. And the more augmentations you get, the easier it will be. But again, it's entirely possible to do the whole game without augs.
Yeah, that's why I call everyone Deus Ex Human.
That guy fell before Jason even hit him. That guy went to henchman school and learnt how to protect himself.
Jensen was just pretending there.
Yeah. He's got a henchman wife and kids to feed. He doesn't want to die or be knocked out, lose his job.
No.
I'll just pretend.
It's just that Jensen is, like, really big into the whole role-playing aspect.
Yeah, he's LARPing right now. This is like Mazes and Monsters, where the guy goes insane. Goes around New York thinking he's a wizard.
Nah, that's not until Deus Ex Wizard Revolution.
No. But hey, if we knock out that guy, we have to be careful about sneaking up on him. We can't open the door, otherwise he'll wake up. But if you knock him out, you get a EMP grenade, which will be dead useful for us later on. And we also get some more passwords in this office, which is also dead useful.
Also the same news item.
Yeah. Same paper.
It's great because even in this, just like in this fucking worldwide internet-controlled world, the news has gone down so much, you only have 3 articles per day.
Yeah. I'm more astonished that newspapers managed to survive for 20 more years from now.
Yeah.
I mean, just because they're on a holographic piece of paper.
It's just a fad, it will go over soon.
Oh yeah, by the way, earlier in this LP, I think it was in the Milwaukee factories, I pointed out that there's a email talking about Star Wars Episode 9, and that was it. It's like a reference to a play that the voice actor of Adam Jensen and one of the writers of Deus Ex did in New York, and it's basically about how Jar Jar is the star of Star Wars Episode 9.
Oh my god, that is the greatest movie. Fuck that, let's go watch this. Like, let's just stop playing Deus Ex. Let's just watch Jar Jar's adventures.
I heard that there's a mod for Deus Ex Human Revolution, the PC, where you get to play as Jar Jar.
Oh my god.
If someone actually did that, they would be ostracized by everyone. I mean everyone.
Oh, well, that's good, because I had Star Wars.
It's old. But hey, why not knock this guy out? You get a free sniper rifle if you want it. And of course, drag them into the heavens.
Yeah, that was my favorite part. At this part, I just kind of got spotted by, like, everybody, so I just stayed in the air vent because, like, the AI cannot deal with crouching. So just stayed in the air vent and just slowly kept shooting them in the knees until they just all were unconscious.
Yeah, that's kind of a design, not exactly a design flaw, but a thing that's never put into video games where you can hide in air vents and not get spotted. But I'd like it if, like, there were AI, like guards would crawl through air vents. But hey, right now, I'm going to get a call from Pritchard. Because we've just found ourselves a plot twist.
Hey Jensen, have you ever heard of this anime?
It's called FEMA, the anime.
Richard, patch me to Seraph. We may have a problem here.
Wonderful.
Adam, talk to me.
This factory, where the hacker's signal originated, it's got FEMA signs all over it. I think it's some kind of internment camp.
FEMA? That's impossible. Half of our contracts are government issue.
I know, but the soldiers who attacked us are here. And from the looks of it, they've got access to some pretty impressive equipment.
I better make some calls. Find out who's giving the orders and get back to me.
So yeah, thanks, not Autocon. And as we also saw then, we saw a not Gecko.
These guys.
Yeah, they're like, they're essentially golems. They're like these slow robots, and we're going to see one in a minute where we sneak up on them. They're great to face, in all ways. And they back up into boxes, so what we saw outside in the car park was actually deadly robots. Which is great. And do you want to hear some stuff about FEMA, by the way?
Yes.
I'll tell you in a minute, because they woke up one of the robots.
That robot is stuck. I don't think he can get out.
I'd love to see that on Robot Wars. Take that, Razor Smash.
Oh, you mean Adam Jensen in Robot Wars?
Yeah, totes. That would be funny. He's controlling one of those. Hey, these guys are great. I think they're really cute for robots. Because they speak sometimes. And
I would date one of them.
I wouldn't go that far. I'd have one as a pet. Maybe take it for a walk. Or a ride. But hey, it's great because if you're playing this on a controller, then the controller violently vibrates as it gets closer, so it makes sneaking up on them really tense. And of course, because they're robots, they're extremely weak to EMP, so you can stun them and disable them for a few seconds. You can't auto-hack them, but if you have EMP grenades, which I do, you can just chuck them over, and a good throw will instantly make them go kablowy.
It's too bad everyone fucking noticed you now, though.
Yeah, don't worry, this is just an example take.
They're still shooting at you.
Oh no! But hey, they've got two attacks. They've got the miniguns that they've got on the sides there, and once they get a fair distance away, and you're in cover, they'll launch homing missiles on you. Kablow.
Well, good job, robots. You did it. You did it.
Missed. But hey, those can actually cause quite a bit of damage, and they can actually get around cover sometimes. So, with these sort of guys, you're going to do what I do, and that's just simply sneak up on them. They're not that perspective. I'm completely saying that word wrong, but I don't care right now.
You can't take them down in a melee thing, right?
No, you can't punch them out. But if you...
Oh, so Adam Jensen is just going to sneak up on this robot and fucking suplex him?
Totes. No, if you actually go off to the left here, by the way, and you want to fight the robot and get the points for defeating it, there's a rocket launcher here. So, but hey, we can always sneak through. Nice and easy.
Yeah.
You can normally disable those guys with a upgrade and a terminal, but there's no terminal in this warehouse, so you can't disable them. So you either have to fight it, run away from it, or sneak past it. Like this. Whoa! And yeah, cameras up here. If you've ever played a stealth game ever in your life, ever, then you should have no problem getting past these. I mean, look at them.
Definitely not with how, like, fucking easy these cameras look. I remember having more of a problem with cameras in the original Deus Ex than in this one.
Yeah, it's been a really long time since I played the first Deus Ex. I know some stuff about it, but not as much as this one. I prefer Human Revolution, honestly. It's a lot more refined.
Yeah, I also prefer Human Revolution, but the original Deus Ex is still pretty alright. It just is kind of weird since it has like an inverse difficulty curve.
Yeah, where it gets easier and easier.
Yeah, and like the beginning is balls fucking hard because you can't do anything.
Yeah, it's like you have to hack it to fix the difficulty curve, or you can mod it. I'm sure there's plenty of mods with that.
It's a perfect game.
I'd say, Deus Ex is probably one of the greatest PC games of all time, honestly. Up there, 5 stars, 10 out of 10. 0 out of 10 on Newgrounds.
I've never played it, but my friends would laugh at me otherwise.
But hey, I also talked about in the first video about how there's like little things you can take with your camera phone, and it turns out I do have this feature in my game, just on a different level. Hey, if you take the upper route anyway, well, you can hack into this terminal, like I do, and well, let's just find out what we get. Well, what do we get, future friend? What do we get? Detention.
Oh, a camera?
Better than that, we get an armory.
Oh.
I think David would have got that. Maybe. At a push.
I don't know. I'm blasted.
Yeah, there's just some rockets in that. Nothing really we want for a lethal run, but you can still sell it off. Grind for
Hey
credits.
guys, it's a pacifist run, blows up the entire building.
It's like that with the boss fights, which were actually outsourced. A different company did the boss fights.
Yeah, I heard they're remaking it for the remake, right?
They're doing they've done a director's cut where they fixed them, and the director's cut is coming out later this month for all platforms, which is Topperoos.
Absolutely great.
Yeah, seeing as the boss fights will now be... Yeah, see you, Barrett, I'm just gonna sneak past you, whatever. And it will be interesting to see what that does to the rest of the game. And they're actually adding melee weapons in that as well, instead of just having to do an automated attack each time.
Yeah. I just hope, like, the boss fights or something, you just sneak past him and Barrett just has a heart attack all of a sudden.
And then he blows himself up. Oh god, we're spoiling it, we don't want to do that.
Oh no.
Spoilers for the director's cut. But hey, with this terminal, we get some views of the next room through some cameras, and let's just go through them. And what's on the last one? Oh, it's a turret. We're not going to get past that, it will spot us and tear us to shreds. Well, we have 4 practice points available, let's just augment ourselves even more. Now we can control turrets with that. The next one is controlling robots. So there's little turret robots that go around, and then there's the golems. And whilst we're at it, let's upgrade our inventory so we can carry more loot.
I'm glad that not even having the password to this terminal makes it so that you can actually control things employees apparently can.
Yeah, well, you can always stun it if that's the problem. And I was deciding, should I get Icarus System or the see-through walls feature, and I decided, yeah, let's just get smart vision, see-through walls. It will help us sneak, and we can always turn the turret against enemies if you're doing a lethal run through.
Pacifist playthrough.
Yeah, totes. But hey, we're going to disable it instead of killing people. But the ability to turn them against enemies is something that we're going to save for a lot later in the game.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. David.
Yeah, I do.
David wouldn't know.
Yeah, what a fucking idiot. I bet he just gave flowers to those fuckers or something.
No, he just killed them like a gibbon. Murderer.
I told you, he gave them flowers, only people he spared.
Don't worry, here's some flowers. Don't hurt me, my name's David.
I'm David, and I'm featured in a Deus Ex LP. Ta-da!
I really hope he's watching
Also
this.
you.
Honestly do. No, I know he is. Just some friendly ribbing. But hey,
Not for me, I hate you, David. David John bores, more like David John bores me to tears. He's used to this.
he's the butt of all our jokes. But hey, with this area, you have multiple paths to take. I'm going to show you each of them, don't worry. But first, let's just look through all of these offices, because we found a detention centre. This is the FEMA camp, which is sort of like... there's sort of like a large PMC contracted by the government, so when martial law is dictated, FEMA uses their soldiers to detain citizens, and this is one of their detention camps, so it's sort of like Guantanamo Bay, But of course it's in the middle of Detroit, and it's more illegal because they've already killed civilians, as we saw outside, talking to the gangster.
So in other words, those crazy conspiracy theorists were right.
Yeah, the conspiracy theorists were actually right in this case. Which is the whole message behind Deus Ex, the conspiracy theorists were right.
Yeah, which is great, because it just reminds you of like these photoshops I saw of every fucking Sesame Street character being dragged off to FEMA camps. This is an actual thing.
Yeah, there's actually DLC where you can free Elmo. He gives you 3 praxis points.
The final boss is Big Birds.
You have to pay the Count 3 coconuts, and he'll give you special codes. And we actually found more codes by going through each of these individual offices. Mm-hmm. And I think it's in this room. There's... yeah, Pocket Secretary. Those names down that list of people to be immediately arrested or killed are the names of the lead designers of Deus Ex Human Revolution. So it's like their names credited in-game. Move aside, Hideo Kojima, there's a new programmer in town.
So, in other words, they are really suicidal.
Yeah, or they just want their names in it. But hey, this is how you get past these 3 guys if you want to sneak past them easy and don't want to leave the people standing. You can take that guy out with a stun gun.
They just don't give a shit, do they?
No, I don't think they can see it. It's like everyone's packing up right now, so they're not very perspective. They're not realising what's going on because they're being told to leave, and they're like, oh, I might as well gammon around for a bit. With these guys, yeah, they don't even notice we're here.
And they suddenly teleported somewhere else.
Into Adam Jenson's still reality. Where time is inexistent and everyone else freezes but Adam.
I'm glad this game is a spiritual sequel to 50 Cent Blood in the Sand.
Oh yeah, of course. You know, there's actually 50 Cent in the director's cut. And you get to play as Ayo. Or whatever his name is. Tony Yayo.
50 Cent replaces the final boss in the director's cut.
No, it's just more helicopters. But hey, you know how I like to pile guys...
I didn't say that 50 Cent wasn't in a helicopter, alright?
Oh, my bad. So, something you can do with bodies in this game as well. You know how I like to pile guys up into air vents? Well, if you pile more than 2 guys up, then they start flinching. And they don't stop. They just wiggle around like they're awake. They don't die, they don't wake up. You don't lose the pacifist rank, you don't lose the stealth rank. They just jiggle.
To be honest, this must be hell for them, because if they wake up, they can't actually crouch.
No, they're just stuck together now. And hey, here's another guy that I knocked out away from camera. Come with me and join the biomass. You'll be one with the jiggle physics.
Adam Jensen, you're a war criminal now.
Is it really a war crime to do the worm?
Yes.
Oh.
It's under the Geneva contract.
Oh, my bad.
That's right, Tim, you're under arrest.
Oh no. Turns out Worms Armageddon was better than Spec Ops The Line. How could I? Hey, let's go to the guys upstairs. We've got our inventory full, so we can empty it out. If you want to sell off the laser sight separately, then you get some credits, but you can always combine it with nearly any lethal weapon in the game. And basically, it adds on to the sell price of that gun. So if I attach it to a revolver, which I do later, then it just makes the revolver get me more credits when I sell it off, which is useful. And with rooms like this, it may be hard, because if you're hacking into a system, you might get spotted.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you take your time looking through the emails and there's still guards on patrol, then, yeah, you get spotted and they all get hostile, which you don't want. So, what you can do is scan through them each and then just duck down, where out of sight. And Adam actually stores them in his hard drive, and you can read them there.
Adam is just so lonely. He actually just has his secrets to read these emails.
He saves all of his text messages. He reads his favourite ones each night before he goes to bed. But yeah, this is just all filler text, essentially flavour text, where it doesn't add much to the story, as in its narrative. But reading it will give you some more background, and actually reading some of that stuff can actually help you get a greater insight into what's going on behind the scenes, and makes you change what sort of choices you'll make later in the game as well, because you'll know certain things by reading all of it, so you won't take certain decisions because of what you've learned, which is what I really like about this game.
Decisions like, am I going to rescue my girlfriend or watch Star Wars 9?
Star Wars? I joke, I'd rather watch Battlestar Galactica, the new series.
I don't know, I barely watch sci-fi.
I'm really into sci-fi, which is why I love this game.
It's cyberpunk, it's not sci-fi.
Adam Jensen is fueled by steam.
I said cyberpunk, not steampunk. He isn't wearing a god-awful top hat.
It's a cool art style, I have to say. I must say. I just demonstrated back there the smart vision, and with these guys, you can actually knock them out when they're looking at you, because it takes them like a brief second to realise you're there. With robots, or augmented guys, they spot you a lot quicker, so you'll see with certain character models of these PMC soldiers, these proxy soldiers, that some of them have augmentations, like on their arms, and those character models are actually programmed to be more perspective.
Jensen, that frequency we tracked just got a burst of activity. I think these guys might be pulling out.
Yeah, I've kind of been getting that feeling. Any idea who's running the show?
They're using some kind of code. But from what I can gather, the guy giving the orders is still a level below you.
Nice job, Pritchard. I'll find him.
But hey, thanks Pritchard for nothing. We're taking this way route. I will show you the other way out. The higher path and one of the lower paths lead together. But there is another lower path where you go through the offices, and it comes out near here, just in the room there. You can see two guards in there, and well, we still get the conversation if we go through this way. And let's speak to them.
Man, they left us one hell of a mess. Those vents must be rat-infested by now.
Hey, who the hell are you?
Oh, hello, intruder.
Bluff.
Cool it, guys. Orders are to pull out, but I can't leave without my stuff.
Yeah, right. Getting into the barracks requires a security code. Tell me what it is, and maybe I'll let you through.
Yeah. What's the passcode, pal?
7984, asshole. Now back off or I tear you two stooges another one.
Fine. Just make sure you clean up your mess back there before you leave.
It's like, who just hired two mall cops as female security guards?
I like that they're just looking around there. There's the other way you come in. But if you don't have the code, then you're pretty much screwed. And you have to fight them or run away.
Just going through the air vent. Pack it up, guys, we're leaving.
That's great. It's like, there must be rats in those air vents. Nope, it's me. Jensen just really likes air vents.
Jensen also really is obsessed with locker rooms, and somebody keeps beer in their fucking locker.
Oh, it's even better. In Detroit, you find beer in trash cans.
Detroit was bankrupt, not morally bankrupt.
Both, yeah. As you saw there, if you start hacking, then the guards will see you, and they'll become hostile if you carry on hacking. But we do know the code, so we can get in and they won't spot us if we close the door. And in here, there's plenty of credits and some useful information about the PMCs we're fighting, about the FEMA operatives and how they are hired by governments. I don't want to go too much into it because it spoils for later in the game, and also the other Deus Ex game, Deus Ex for the iOS one. And because I don't own an iPhone or whatever, and I prefer playing games on a console or a PC, I don't have that.
So yeah, I'm just going to LP Deus Ex Invisible War after this.
Is that the really bad one?
That's the second one. That's people hate it, apparently.
Oh yeah, so the bad one where they dumbed it down, ultimately. To knock out an enemy, press the B button. Congratulations, you completed the game. But yeah, here's...
Really though, isn't that every video game?
Yeah. Call of Duty, especially. Just
every video
really
game.
Boring. Well, this one's really in-depth, I'd say, so it's what makes Deus Ex and games like this more in-depth. It's kind of like if you compare a Bollywood film to a Michael Bay film. Bollywood films, they have a whole range of emotions going through them. Like, there's one where you can have an attempted rape scene at one part of the movie, and then later on you have a song about how good it is to feel love.
Oh.
Which is kind of what I like. There's whole loads of emotions going on, where there's Michael Bay's explosions, evil foreign people, kill them because they're not English and American.
See,
and I hate that.
See, I'm glad you still said Bollywood, because it so implies that video games are still rather stupid.
Well, this is the Bollywood of video games, I'd say, because it's in-depth. I think like a lot of the writers from Metal Gear Solid 4 and Deus Ex were shared. Like, I've been hinting at it throughout the LP, and it's kind of obvious. Like, there's certain aspects that there was inspiration taken. Like the sort of geckos, you have your nerdy side character who phones you up to talk about anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our Pritchard.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be worse or better. You could just have Hideo Kojima as like your producer and have him only be there because he knows how to make good teeth.
Yeah.
Like, have you ever heard that story? That's the only reason he got on Castlevania Lords of Shadows.
No, I didn't. That killed that story. But hey, in here we have loads of box robot units. We can't activate them, even if we shoot them, which you can later in the game.
Whatever. I don't think David would have a better end to that story anyway.
David would make up his own story.
Yeah. It was just like, so I programmed this game single-handedly.
You did, actually, and we'll talk about that in the next video, because it's longer. Or you can talk about it now, your choice.
I just like you so much, David.
We're such arseholes. I love it. But no, it's pretty straightforward here, and, well, the video's going to end here, and the next one's going to be after it, but here we have the Beret boss fight. Ooh.